In a world that never truly sleeps, in an era where the smallest movement of a celebrity becomes a headline within minutes, Park Jimin, BTS's ethereal vocalist and captivating dancer, has learned to live under a microscope. Millions watch him, millions admire him, millions wait for even the tiniest update about his life. But for someone so deeply adored, Jimin remains beautifully mysterious. On stage he burns like fire, moving with precision, emotion and grace. His presence is magnetic, pulling eyes without effort. Yet beyond the spotlight, behind doors no camera can enter, there lies a different world. A quieter one, softer in tone and infinitely more human. That world is his home. And this tour, this gentle passing through the spaces he chooses to keep private, isn't merely about architecture or furniture. It is a journey into the stillness surrounding a man who carries global fame on his shoulders yet continues to search for pockets of peace. It is a look into a sanctuary where laughter echoes softly, where the scent of calm fills the air, and where the duality between Jimin the idol and Jimin the person finally dissolves. For almost a decade, Jimin lived side by side with the other 6 BTS members in their cramped but unforgettable big hit dorm. It was a place overflowing with memories. The clutter of shared clothes, the mess of rushing between schedules, the late-night talks that stretched until dawn, and the constant hum of music and choreography practice drifting from room to room. Those walls witnessed their youth, their struggles, their tears, their jokes, and their victories. It was home in the truest sense, chaotic, warm, and filled with brotherhood. As time passed, each member slowly sought out personal spaces, places where they could breathe without cameras, rest without witnesses, and rediscover themselves outside the roles that fame sculpted. But Jimin stayed. Not because he couldn't leave, but because home to him was never defined by luxury. He waited for a moment when moving out felt like growing, not escaping. He waited for a space that could become a reflection of his soul, soft, warm, and quietly resilient. Then came early 2021, when news broke that Park Jimin had purchased his own apartment in the highly coveted 9-1 Hanam, a residential sanctuary favored by Korea's elite. The price tag, over $5.9 million, stunned the world. But for Jimin, it wasn't simply wealth displayed. It was a milestone carved with years of dedication, endless rehearsals, sleepless nights, and unwavering passion for his craft. It was a gift he finally allowed himself to receive, a place to rest. 9-1 Hanam, perched in the serene Yongsan district, overlooks the shimmering Han River. It is known for its beauty and privacy, designed for those who must hide from the frenzy of fame. The buildings stand tall in understated elegance. No loud colors, no exaggerated designs. Everything is muted, intentional, and quiet. The atmosphere feels like a deep exhale. Just like Jimin. Subtle yet breathtaking, gentle yet strong. Fans often imagine Jimin watching the sunrise from his balcony, wrapped in a soft sweater, eyes softened by morning light. He has always loved the sky, sharing photos of sunsets, clouds, and the soft glow of dawn. Many believe those snapshots of serenity were taken right from this very space, a small window into the world he keeps carefully protected. Inside, the apartment's interior mirrors his essence. Although grand in size, the design whispers instead of shouts. There is a harmony in its simplicity, a palette of whites, creams, grays, and warm wood tones. The air feels calm, as if the walls themselves understand the need to hold someone gently after long days under the world's gaze. The living room opens wide with floor-to-ceiling windows that frame the river like a painting. Natural light pours in generously, touching everything in soft gold. A simple bookshelf sits against the wall, filled with novels, poetry, and photo albums, pieces of a life lived half in imagination, half in reality. Minimalist artwork hangs neatly, some gifted by fans, others chosen by Jimin himself. And near the window stands a sleek piano, black and elegant, seeming almost alive even in silence. It is easy to imagine him playing there at night, when the city grows quiet, letting his emotions spill into unspoken melodies. Many fans wonder if the earliest fragments of Promise, or the haunting softness of Like Crazy, were born right there under warm lights. His bedroom, the closest thing to his heart, is a portrait of tranquility. No dramatic decorations, no extravagant displays, just peace. A large bed wrapped in white sheets, a pale gray blanket folded neatly at the foot, and a soft glow from a lamp on the nightstand. A single candle, lavender, chamomile, or cinnamon, burns slowly on evenings when he needs to unwind. Aromatherapy, he once said, helps calm the stress of a world that demands too much. A tall mirror stands near the corner, its reflection capturing the subtle dance steps he practices for no one but himself. Even as one of the world's greatest performers, Jimin dances privately, not to perfect his craft, but to express emotions he doesn't always speak aloud. The kitchen is modern and elegant, though understated, with appliances polished to a quiet shine. Jimin once mentioned that cooking brings him a sense of peace, even if he doesn't do it often. A small dining table sits at the center, only 2 chairs. It's the kind of detail that sparks endless curiosity among fans. Who sits across from him? A member? Friend? Family member? Someone special? But Jimin never answers such questions. He lets silence protect the parts of his life he refuses to share, guarding them with gentle dignity. His workspace, a small studio room, is where creativity breathes. It holds a laptop, microphones, headphones, and notebooks scattered with handwritten lyrics. Sticky notes cover a portion of the wall, reminders, fragments of lines, small affirmations he writes to himself. One phrase, fans speculate, reads, "Be kind always." A message that embodies everything he radiates. This room may not resemble HYB's state-of-the-art studios, but it contains something far more intimate, the purest version of his artistic soul. And then the balcony, perhaps the true heart of his sanctuary. From here, Seoul stretches like a sea of lights, the Han River shimmering under moonlit sky. Many believe the late-night messages Jimin once wrote on Weverse, about beautiful nights, quiet breezes, warm skies, were born from this very spot. Imagine him leaning against the railing, a cup of tea warming his hands, the wind brushing his hair as he breathes deeply in solitude. This is where the world cannot chase him, where he can simply exist. His home isn't just architecture. It is a story, a long journey of growth, vulnerability, and quiet healing. From a boy in Busan dreaming of stages, to a global icon loved across continents, this space honors every version of him. And what makes it beautiful is how unpretentious it remains. Jimin could fill it with the finest luxuries, but instead he filled it with peace. For fans, Jimin's home symbolizes something precious. It represents safety, comfort, a place where he returns after pouring his heart onto world stages. A place that holds him with gentleness after long nights of rehearsals, interviews, and performances. A place where he can smile without being watched, cry without being judged, and sleep without fear of being awakened by responsibility. A tour of Jimin's home is not about peeking into luxury. It is about witnessing the world where he breathes freely, where he becomes soft, where he becomes human. Behind that warm wooden door, he doesn't have to charm anyone. He doesn't need perfection. He can sit on the floor in silence, stretch in the morning sunlight, drink tea on the balcony, or hum melodies without expecting them to become songs. Because sometimes, the most beautiful version of a person is the one seen by no one else. And perhaps on some quiet night when the city's glow dances across the river, Jimin steps onto his balcony, closes his eyes, and whispers to himself something simple, something only he can hear. "I'm home."